And we are live. Welcome to It Doesn't Matter. What's up, donks? How you guys doing?
Hey, what's up? Cheers. Look, I got my first Siller Light.
Silly. It's good to see you guys. I'm sorry that I couldn't join you. My my life is pretty much bogged down by children and diapers and my wife. But
can I tell you, I'm already laughing because I can see Valdez squinting to try to see on my tiny computer.
Trust me, I'm squinting because I'm looking in the background for more stuff to Joan on for Othello.
You guys listening, all two of you, let us know if our audio sounds good and everything. Obviously, we had tech issues right before the show, like always. So.
Wouldn't be a broadcast without it.
And we're waiting on Jason Big Papa Bishop to join.
Yeah,
us.
I'm on Lurch Watch. I sent out the Grasper text to figure out when he's coming from his graduation party, which is code for I don't want to do it.
Dude, I know. I said that on the air when I called in the other day, and I was like, he thinks I don't listen to the show. I listen every day. He said that just the other day. He goes, why can't I do this? Grad party. Why can't I do this? Grad party. Grad party.
Yeah, I've never seen a man with kids out of high school go to so many high school graduation parties. It's kind of sus.
If you had to put money on it, do you think what's the over under on him actually joining?
What's a percentage?
Yeah.
I would say 25% yes.
Okay. All right. I'll take that.
Yeah.
With Lurch, I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's higher than normal. It depends on how many cocktails he had at the party.
Yeah, so this is the show, guys. We're just going to be shooting the shit for the next couple of, I don't know, like the next hour.
You mean you don't have a rundown? This isn't a real show?
Yeah, we just freestyle.
Valdez got here a couple minutes before start time, and so I got to show him the.
Oh yeah, I got the tour. I got the tour of his crib, not the literal one in your background. The first thing is don't flush the toilet.
No.
Oh really?
Okay. We got an issue with we just got new toilets, and the plumbers botched one of the toilets, so it was kind of confusing.
You know, I don't expect anything less from Shorts. His live, laugh, love poster is a spit cup on his sink.
So much joking already.
Sorry.
Dude, be careful with the hot water down in the basement. Are you guys in the basement?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You will get third-degree burns with that hot water. Right? Shorts, isn't something going on with the plumbing down there?
We've got it jacked all the way up. So like that little thing where you decide how hot you want the hot to be.
Yeah.
Right.
It's scalding.
Yes. Shorts likes to mutilate himself because of getting fired. That's his punishment, self-punishment.
Well, dude,
this is the command center. This is the podcast command center.
Take command.
This is where we take command of the podcast.
Yeah. I got to admit, this is kind of weird for me. It feels like I'm being interviewed by you two.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, let's flip the script. You start interviewing us.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I could interview you guys. What's your goal with It Doesn't Matter? Do you guys have a short-term goal or a long-term goal with the show?
A short-term goal? Well, Shorts' first goal, he said he wants it to help pay for his gym membership.
Okay, that was like
there. We checked that off the box. Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I think that what is everybody's goal with something like this? It'd be cool if this could be something that could get me away from my 9 to 5. That might be cool. But I don't know. Honestly, I think that the fact that we're doing this for like an audience that's actually paying to support us is like kind of the short-term goal I had in mind. I don't know about you, Shorts.
Were you guys surprised with the number of subscribers to your Patreon?
Definitely, dude. Definitely, yeah. 100%. Well, I think we timed it perfectly, right, Shorts? Because like it was right when you got shit canned. I mean, laid off. Sorry. And
Trade off.
Yes.
And so like
I can't wait to hear that severance package for when I get mine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So we kind of like we hit that sweet spot of intrigue, and also like people felt bad for us.
Oh yeah,
So,
pity
yeah.
subscriptions.
Yeah. And then Shorts did an AMA on Reddit, on Dukes's Reddit.
Posted the link.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not happy about that, or maybe he didn't find out about it. But
well, I think the goal for you guys should be like when you subscribe to Brazzers, because you're unbelievably horny sometime, and you do like the 3-day thing for $3.95.
Yeah,
and you forget to cancel it, and then it keeps renewing.
Yeah, and then you get the additional Reality King subscription.
Valdez, do you remember this? So this was back in the Fairfax days of the radio station.
Okay.
People used to call in and hook you, you with passwords.
Oh yeah,
you would hook me, so
course.
we're all cranking it to the same password.
The worst part is that you could see what everyone else watched, because it had like the recently watched.
Oh no.
Yeah. So you can see everyone's kinks. That's when I first learned Shorts was into Asians.
That's so funny.
It was like my internet browser.
Yeah. I could basically see everyone's internet browser history. I could remember the password was Pro Shop 4 for some reason. I was on there so frequently.
Well, you had the guy who did the backroom casting couch, right?
Yeah.
And didn't he hook you guys with like a lifetime pass?
Those expired that one expired pretty quickly. I think it was like only a month long subscription. But I think it was a Bang Bros one that just kept getting renewed. And then it was like a travesty. It was one of the saddest days of my life when I logged on with my Jergens next to me, all ready to go. And then all of a sudden it needed a new credit card info.
Oh no.
Yeah. Talk about disappointment. Dude. Not only in yourself, but the fact that the password's expired. That's the epitome of a walk of shame right there.
Yeah, definitely
a jerk of shame.
So for anybody just tuning in, we're still on Lurch Watch. We're waiting to see if he calls in.
Yeah, we should get a Lurch Watch
video conference is in. But we got this heavy hitter to my right here, Matt Valdez, a host of Bit Season in the Bit Season podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Which you guys can find on iTunes. Where's the best way to find it?
Just search on iTunes, search on Spotify, Bit Season. You'll see us. Leave a good review. We like good reviews. Whenever we feel down about ourselves, we like to read the good ones.
Now, you guys are doing a new bit on the show. I heard you talking about this. I think you're calling it Fit Season.
Oh, yeah. So it's so weird about radio is whenever you get fat, like people just won't stop making fun of you for being fat.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then they just call you the biggest whale in the world.
Especially if you get really fat.
Yeah. What are you eating? What did you do to yourself? You used to look so good. And then all of a sudden, when you get the kick in the ass you needed and you start going to the gym and trying to eat better, they're like, what are you, a hippie? Why are you eating quinoa? You loser. Why are you going to the gym? It's the weirdest thing in the world. You get some of this silly. Yeah, you get shamed. You get shamed for being fat, and then all of a sudden you get shamed for trying to be fit.
Yeah.
But the idea we had is we start a Slack with listeners, and we post everyone posts shirtless pictures of each other, and we hold each other accountable for doing a workout that day. Didn't
we have a bit like that like a while ago that we never followed through on? It was like something to do with Feinstein Fridays. It was like
Feinstein Friday
fitness. Yeah,
you and I talked about doing our own follow-up to the Get Huge Club, which became hilarious after a while when we literally got huge.
Yeah.
We were gonna do
both extremes to that.
We had talked about doing like a Trump Biden thing. And you were going to be make our bodies great again, and then I was going to be build back better or something like that. But we never. Yeah, that was probably better than that. Yeah, better left in the trash bin.
Instead, you're eating ice cream like Joe.
Yeah.
So Valdez, I don't know if I know you listened a couple times, but like one of the most common themes of some of the episodes that we've done is like giving behind the scenes radio stories.
Yeah.
Some positive, some negative. I don't want to get you
fired.
I don't want to get you in trouble or anything, but
please don't.
Yeah, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But if anything comes up, feel free to.
Of course. I've been spending the since we talked about coming on, I've been spending the week trying to remember the good old days, and if I have any good stories.
What was the good old days when?
Oh, the good old days. Oh, when we're young, dumb, and full of cum. And we're mid-20s.
When the spring break party was
working
going
in Fairfax, when you could say anything you wanted and not have any repercussions about it.
Right.
I don't think people understand how raucous that environment was there. I mean, it was basically
it was a frat house that was on air.
Yeah, and there were only like 5 salespeople there, and then the rest was just us dominating the building with bits all the time.
It was like you know how like Silicon Valley has incubators for smart people.
Yeah,
Fairfax was an incubator for stupid bits. So instead of coming up with billion-dollar corporations and business ideas, we come up with a way to how we could show our cocks to each other.
We came up with ways. I remember the first time I saw Valdez's wiener. It was right before you went public with the vitiligo thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I showed you. I remember that it was in Brett's office.
Yeah, I was there.
I know. I got cornered to show it because no one believed me, and
it was true.
Yeah, and so I pulled it out and I stretched it out and I pointed out the discolorations to everyone.
Good old times, man. Those are good days.
Now that would call for an HR appointment.
You can catch Matt on Bit Season, the Bit Season podcast.
Oh yeah,
for more talk. Like
yeah. Is there have you like ever kept yourself from like, I'm sure I know how your mind works. I know that you come up with bits and shit constantly, and you probably have to like keep yourself from throwing out ideas and shit like that because of the environment that you're in now.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a line that you can't cross. I want to say maybe a month or two ago, we were riffing on an idea to do
Eric Griffin
for a bit. It was what we wanted to do was we wanted every one of us, so all 6 of us, me, Drab, and the Junks, to pick out a pair of panties that we feel like at the store that we feel like are the sexiest and like the best panties, and then we have. Right. And we have Amy Allville come in and pick the best one. And then she raced everyone's panty selection on air.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It's all stupid stuff.
Don't you feel like half of the ideas that you do have, you're probably not allowed to do?
Yeah, exactly. That's the hard part, is getting everything approved. Oh, I got a text. Is it from Jason Lurch? All right. Do you want me to read this out loud?
Oh. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Highly doubtful. He's like a magic 8-ball. I just got to Mooney's, probably here for a while. Maybe I can do next week.
Oh, there we go. Sized.
All right.
Tell him sized.
They said cool. Sized.
If he actually means it, but that's cool. He got back to you.
That's fine. He'll have another grad party.
I mean, we did spring this on completely.
And I really appreciate your. I said this on Bit Season. Your guerrilla marketing.
Thank you, man. I heard you talking about that.
That was very smart of you.
Look how much joning you were doing. You were going. You were like, I mean, for a normal place, this is probably $15,000 worth of advertising.
Yeah, for a normal place. I was thinking of like spent money, not necessarily earned money from you guys.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if so Shorts said he would do that, and he was super nervous about it. He would call.
He sounded very nervous. He made me nervous when he asked.
I called him right there, dude. Look to your right in that corner. I was standing right in that corner right there.
Is that where your service sucks?
By the door. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Look at it right now. I got 2 bars.
Well, so for those who didn't listen to it, Shorts called in. He followed through with his end of the bargain. He called into the Junkies, and they let him on.
Was that something you guys thought of on the spot, I guess, last week during your show?
Yeah. So you know about Shorts' Shortcast, of course, the one where he. So he said that I should do a Shorts cast, and I was, I've never done a show like solo like that. I thought it would be weird, but I said I would do it.
It's not hard. Just cry for 20 minutes.
I said I would do it if he called into the Junkies. And so I did it. And he followed through. I knew it would, even if it went really poorly, it would still be good.
It would be so bad it's good.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm so glad he did that, and I was shocked that they kept you. I mean, Valdez, you can let people know, like, it wasn't just like a shorts call in and you just put them right through, right? There had to be some
well, we didn't want to get in trouble because we're promoting a podcast, and believe it or not, a podcast, I guess, is kind of direct competition towards us, especially a pay for podcast on Patreon. So the last thing I wanted to do was just put shorts through, because at the end of the day, if it was up to me, I would just say, all right, I'll let the guys know and see if they want to do it, or maybe we can schedule it for a different time if they got something going on here. Right. But the last thing I didn't want to do is have people mad that a person who just got laid off from the company calling into the company's show. Yeah. It could have been a recipe for disaster. Now I know Shorts is smarter than that, but it's just, we had to check a couple of boxes before.
Yeah. I think Valdez and Drab were just being extra precautious.
No. Yeah. I'm not
up the flagpole, and the flagpole said, good to go.
Yeah.
So cool. I mean, think about it, is kind of it's a slightly insane idea.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like, when you really think about it, you're calling the place that laid you off to promote something that you're doing in not direct comp, but just in competition to it.
They could spin it that way in the back offices, if they wanted to. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, for sure. Dude, by the way, I don't think people know this, but is this the original C&O show? Or
yes, it is.
Oh yeah,
I know. Right. I know DTET loves to claim the first producer, but I was actually the first producer.
Yeah,
I know. And then they moved you to the coveted 9 p.m. Sunday night time slot.
Here's what they did. I think, and this is totally fine, by the way. I would too, but they were so worried that we were going to take so much of your time away, they moved us in a place where you literally could not do it anymore.
Because the first shows, when were they? They were at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, maybe.
Wait, are you talking about HD or when we first went to FM?
No. When we first were doing when I first produced the first show I produced was
the
like
FM side.
The FM
that was like
side,
Saturday at like
3 o'clock
or 7 or 8. Yeah.
Or it was a Saturday. It wasn't a Sunday.
Yeah.
It was Saturday at like, I want to say like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Because there was a time that we should not have been on the air.
No.
Yeah,
and then they finally got smart and moved you to Sunday nights at 9, when 8 nobody or 9 was
listening. Dude, it was the equivalent of like giving a Wada show.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm just joking.
Well, dude, it wasn't Sunday at 9. It was like Sunday at 11. Because I remember
it was like I swear it was like Sunday at 9.
Because I remember we were on after the Super Bowl one time.
Yeah, that's true.
And Shorts was like,
I think that was a last minute thing though. Like, we were literally the only ones that agreed to do it. And then you were so bitter at me because we couldn't enjoy the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, it was,
and you were like, oh, come on.
I just knew back then that none of it mattered. It didn't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, Othello, think of it as if 2 featherweights were fighting MMA, and you got so sized for the match, and then you couldn't enjoy the match, and text Luke Thomas about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's like. But yeah, so like I think what I remember like most vividly in my mind is our like little celebratory barbecue we had at your house.
Oh yeah,
and I remember thinking in my head, we fucking made it. Like. And then that feeling lasted literally like
a week?
3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah. We're sitting around there grilling chicken and then burgers, and then we're like, "Hey, I got these great ideas for the show." Yeah, me too. And then all of a sudden they pull the plug.
Yeah, dude. Because if you think about it, man, like back then, I mean, I know at this point, like every fucking, no offense, Valdez, but every producer at the Fan has like gotten their own show on the weekends from like no, but isn't it true? Like Bodie,
it's true.
Yeah, But back then, I don't think that was like a common thing.
It wasn't.
Is that rude to say?
No. I think you're exactly right. It was a rarity. Now all of a sudden you're scraping the bottom of the barrel for talent now.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just some casual jocularity, guys. It's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I've never been asked. Actually, when I hosted the Live event at Trump in DC.
Oh, how was that? By the way?
It was fun. Well, I was 100 yards from Don, so that was kind of surreal.
Is that Matt Valdez?
Yeah.
Is that Valdez? I see. Hey, Valdez.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, number one, I don't understand it. You're so fat and you wear a white T-shirt. I mean, that's fat guy 101.
That's true.
And how many white T-shirts do you have? He wears one every single time. But it was. The guy's a rock star, though. It's very surreal.
Isn't it wild to see?
It's wild.
That's how it was like when I went.
It's like seeing a tiger.
Like when I went to the White House to see the Nats do their World Series bit, dude. It's like you can't help but be starstruck. Like, I mean, the guy is like the most famous dude in the world at the time.
It's true. So that was my first time that I got to actually do hosting, but I wasn't on my own. They had to bring out the big guns, Erica and JP, to do it with me, just to babysit me.
That's pretty badass, though. Dude.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it is.
But that was the first time I was ever asked to do anything. I'm sure if I applied myself more and I pushed for it more, maybe I could get some sort of weekend slot gig or anything like that.
You don't want to do that.
But
yeah, come on. You just don't.
To be honest,
remember the download?
I don't care about sports that much.
IJS.
Yeah, IJS. IDM equals IJS.
Well, don't forget about the time that you got to host. What was it? It was like a gambling show with Lurch right after.
Oh yeah. Big Fat Winners. Yeah.
Well, what is that? Do you remember when we were at Cooley's house?
What?
When we were at Cooley's house, Chris Cooley's house.
God, that was a fun night.
You were there, right? And Lurch was there. And I remember we were about to and we were about to end the show, and I remember like you and Lurch drunkenly took over.
Yes.
And like did like some wacky show.
Well, dude, we were broadcasting the C&O show from Chris Cooley's mansion live on the radio at like 1 a.m.
You can't
nothing about it made sense.
No, you can't spell Cooley without C&O.
But that was awesome because he like brought all his like Redskin friends over and stuff like that. I mean, it was a wild time.
I kept giving out his address on air, and then Shorts kept having to go, dump that. I kept giving up the street.
That was the first time that we were the world was introduced to Nick Sundberg, I think. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah. And then also Logan Paulson, he got so psyched to eat jerky.
Jerky.
Logan Paulson was like living in his house with him because Cooley was like an awesome, cool big brother. Like he was, he would like shepherd the young tight ends and like try to teach them like how to be frugal.
Oh, mentoring. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Logan Paulson was living there at the time, or something like that. But those guys were great.
I was thinking about this the other day. Speaking of bits, you obviously everyone remembers when Shorts and Asa Akira were in studio and everything.
Yeah,
that might be on his Mount Rushmore of bits.
Definitely. That was your idea, by the way. That was Valdez's idea.
Thank you.
You don't want to hear the ideas that he had to spin off of that got shut down.
No. So there was a last part to that bit that I didn't follow through on because I felt so bad for Shorts.
Well, there was one other part too, but that was,
yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. But what was the bit?
But what I had and what I got from the Giant the night before was because I knew that he was going to be Asa's dog for the day. So I got a can of Alpo wet dog food.
Oh God,
dude! I don't know why you felt bad.
I did. I felt bad,
and I was like,
it's my biggest. It's my biggest radio regret in the world.
I can tell you my biggest radio regret.
My biggest radio regret in the world was the lack, the sympathy I had. When I should have just been the meme of the dude from Star Wars yelling more, and as we dump Alpo onto a plate and have him eat it on his hands and knees.
I can tell you who would have not had sympathy. a fellow Bush Arab.
No, dude, come on.
He would have ridden that bit into the ground.
No,
shut up, dude.
Shorts came up to me and he goes, "Dude, why did you not do that?" And I go, "Dude, I felt bad." He goes, "I was ready to do it."
Shorts will do anything for the bit, man. It's
I know. That's when I realized Shorts was in a different league than I am.
Yeah,
because I've done some stupid and crazy things for a show before, but to eat dog food on air, and which, by the way, it was on TV, wasn't it? It was on TV, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That was the most tweets I've ever gotten for one thing in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah, and it was so like I don't know what the ratings were for that. Obviously, it's hard to like who gives a shit. But dude, I remember looking at my phone after the show, and it was just like non-fucking stop for like 3 hours. Just people going, "I can't believe this.
Well,
this is crazy."
Well, that's because you got into the. Did you get into the porn world of Twitter then? Because like
I don't know.
No. Because what happens is, and this happened with us with Bit Season, is we interviewed an OnlyFans chick. And then we got pulled into like the OnlyFans Twitter, the OnlyFans world.
Yeah.
So when you get pulled into these different universes, then all of a sudden you get some creepy dude in a basement who weighs 300 pounds, blue shorts, tweeting, "Oh my God, I wish that was me." Stuff like that.
God.
Yeah.
But it couldn't have just been that, because unless they were all like 300 Hartons in the DC area, because dude, I'm telling you, like, this was my first taste with like local fame, like legit. Like I could not go anywhere for like 2 weeks without somebody. I'm not kidding. And that's
he couldn't even go to PetSmart.
Dude, no. And here's the reason I'm bringing this up is that's when I realized I don't want to be famous. It's like it's but annoying. Like you can't, like you always have to like feel like you're presentable and shit. Like it's super annoying.
Yeah. I don't want to be famous, yet I'm hosting a podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean that's why I sobbed into a microphone.
Yeah, I don't want to be famous. I went door to door in Compton for YouTube posts.
Good point. I'm full of shit.
Yeah.
So you want to do the bits, but not deal with the fame, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he would do them with a mask on.
You're like a Marshmallow of bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Shorts, I don't know. I mean, Valdez joked about us not having a rundown, and normally we don't have an outline.
I know. I'm just teasing.
No. It's true. It's 100% true. But is there anything that you wanted to bring up with Valdez? I wanted to talk about Bit Season for a little bit, but is there anything that you had in your mental, because we usually have like a little checklist, little notes thing that we share with each other. Is there anything you wanted to get to?
Let's talk about Bit Season, because I was listening to the show last night, and
thank you.
And you guys kick ass. You guys have awesome chemistry. It's very evident. Now, Drab, if I could give him one critique, and I mean this lovingly, he does the radio voice guy voice thing.
Oh, shows what you mean.
Also Drab's unique radio guy voice.
I feel like sometimes when we're talking,
he'll be like, that needs. It's almost like Billy Madison.
I don't. Sometimes I feel like we don't even realize we're recording sometimes.
Yeah,
which is a good thing.
It's just so natural.
And I feel that now, and that's always you can always tell in a show like that.
Yeah, that show rules. You guys kick ass.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It took fun.
I will say it took a lot of time to develop chemistry with Drab. But
really?
Yeah, but you guys were doing the show before doing the show. Like
when we first started working together, it's kind of like almost like a new relationship. You got to figure out the other person's quirks, what pisses them off, what they like, stuff like that. And then the show kind of just developed by us talking in the control room together.
Yeah. So
that's
if people don't know this, they did the show before they actually did the show. When the show's over, they would sit around the studio after everybody leaves and all the cameras are turned off, the fame is gone, nobody's watching them toil away. And they go, Valdez will go, Drab, what did you think about Cakes doing this? And Drab would be like, I'm telling you. And then they get on a little bit.
Yeah,
and then
they just start talking shit
like brainstorming
about people and things. Yeah, totally.
It's kind of like it's almost like an unwinding thing. You figure that 4 hour the 4 hour show we do is kind of like a workout or a sprint. And then after you're done running, you just don't stop. You just kind of want to walk and catch your breath. That's kind of like that's kind of like what we do afterwards.
Well, how rigorous is your outline, like your show outline?
Oh my God. Well, we put together, Trav and I put together an entire rundown for every segment.
It's a once a week show, right?
Oh, you mean for Bitsy? I thought you meant for the junks.
Yeah, for Bitsy.
So we have a shared Google document, and then all of a sudden when we have a thought about the show, or we have an observation about the junk show that's going on, we immediately go to the doc. We write our thought down, and then we just kind of riff, I guess, on paper about what we would do with that topic. Like for whatever reason, we said this on this past week, we just noticed that whenever Cakes mentions a hot dog, or when anyone mentions a hot dog, Cakes will not say, it's a Pavlov's thing where he says glizzy. And so it's just something that we notice, something that we pick up on.
Dude, that made me laugh hearing that, because I was just the other day, I was like talking to Brett, and I go, I don't know, maybe I'm 100 years old now, but when did everybody start referring to hot dogs as glizzies? It was completely off my radar.
But that it's just, weird stuff like that, or like if JP or Eric say something weird, and then we'll just have this look of confusion at each other.
Yeah.
And then it's just instantaneous. Oh, go to the Google Doc and we'll go put it on the rundown. Yeah. And then we have the doc, we have this whole list of things, and we'll just kind of like a set list almost, just be like, scratch that out. We can't really go on that. We can't do that. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Another thing, what we like to do is sometimes, typically with like the non-sports segments, we'll say, man, that segment could have been a lot better, and we'll say that to ourselves. And it's no fault to the junks, but just we envisioned that topic being something different in our heads when we put it in the outline.
Yeah, that happens.
And so what we like to do is, you know what, put that on our rundown. Let's do that. And let's try and do it better than the junks did. Let's try and show if Eric listens to this, let's have him feel like they did a poor job with that segment compared to us. It's almost like we're trying to one up the guys.
Well, isn't it kind of hard to EB gets very defensive.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So it's not like it's the easiest thing in the world for you to step on the ledge.
It's a hard line to tightrope. Because you don't want, because obviously they're the stars, they're the hosts of the show, and they're very encouraging of the show, especially Eric. But you don't want to upset him, but you kind of want to push him enough to have him fight back. Yeah, you don't want him to uppercut you. You know what I mean? You just want him to jab you.
Yeah,
if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, it was hilarious to me the other day. Maybe
you can also tell when it's wearing thin on them too.
We talked about this with Cakes.
You just kind of push back, or you don't push back as hard.
The revelation that EB has no idea what your email address is. So funny to me. Dude, he's just so disrespectful to you.
Look, Eric.
I think it's hilarious. I know. So I think it works for the show.
It's astonishing to me. I don't want to say it's disrespectful, but it kind of is disrespectful.
Well, it's like that, and like, remember that time you got into an argument with them over prepping the entertainment page? This was a couple years ago, and he asked you if you had a story, and you go, well, if you would just look in your binder that I prepared for you every show, and he goes, wait a second, whoa, are you getting mad at me? And Valdez was like, I don't know, you could just read what I put in front of your face.
Well, dude, I think that's
I will say it sometimes things wear thin on you, and I know, like, when you do something, you want what you've done to be not recognized, but like you're trying to help somebody.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to help somebody and it's someone's turning their head at it and not taking your help, it kind of ricks you.
Oh, it's the worst, dude. Yeah, of course. Like, I think that's a common producer gripe, is like doing all the prep work and then having them completely, dude. That happened pretty much every day with LeVar. You know, like I'm in there at like 10 in the morning highlighting. I know that's when the show ends for you, but I'm in there at 10 in the morning highlighting articles, and the binder doesn't even get opened once. Yeah, it's totally.
I know it's all you try to do is make their life easier.
Yeah,
and then they won't even accept the shortcut that you're giving them. Right. That's it's a weird thing. Very weird.
Dude, speaking of you and Drab's chemistry, yeah, it didn't take you guys long to develop that. It also did not take you long to start liking Drab more than you like me in shorts.
Dude, I will say this: Valdez and Drab have a same wavelength connection, kind of like you and I do a little bit.
Well, I mean, when you're
what I'm saying.
I feel like we have a connection. I feel like we know what we're thinking sometimes.
You talking about us?
Oh. The three amigos, the big three.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be honest with you, Valdez.
Okay.
Shorts and I have like low key, not it hasn't been like a huge thing in our minds, but we've been a little bitter at you for maybe like 7 years.
I like that you're dropping this on him while I'm sitting next to him.
we don't hate you. We love you still, of course.
Yes, okay.
But we felt like
we love you, but
all three of us had like a bond.
Yes, we were the rookies together.
Yeah, of course.
The rookie class.
We were the bit baby.
Yeah.
Dude, during the Get Huge Club, I couldn't think of, two guys that I wanted to hang out with more than you two. And I know that obviously I left the station and Shorts got laid off. But we think that you've kind of catapulted into the stratosphere of big time.
Oh,
yeah. And so like we used to have a text thread with Brett and you and Shorts, and it got to a point where like I want to say like for 6 months you did not reply to the thread once, and we were like, okay,
and then you started your separate one.
Yeah.
Just for full transparency, Valdez is big time.
Yeah, I know. And short,
It's okay. It's all right. Now, and also Othello has a way of harboring these little resentments.
Yeah.
We would hang out almost over nothing.
We would hang out more if you'd stop cream pieing your wife.
That's fun. No, I know.
The proof is in the pudding.
I don't know. I have a weird thing about like losing connections with people. And I just, I felt like
is this your sob time?
Yeah, my mom.
It's so funny if he started crying. What was the who did you send that text to the other day, or it was a tweet or something? You were like, my mom.
Oh yeah. Took out her hummus machine. But the purpose of me bringing this up is not to put you on the spot or make you feel weird. It's just to let you know that like
you want a reconnection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, we used to do.
Where's trust me. Do you know how sad I feel when all of a sudden I know that Drab's over Othello's house for a fight, an MMA fight, and I got to hear about that on Monday.
By the way, he wants to reconnect so badly that he didn't even show up to here today.
Well, dude, Valdez, I would be butt sized to hang out with you.
I was watching the Tank. I don't know what's the dude from Baltimore, Tank,
Ryan Garcia, and
I was watching that fight and I was thinking about Othello the entire time.
I will say that
Othello.
I'll give you this, Valdez. I do remember, and this is on me in Shorts. I do remember when you first got your place in I think Shirlington. You're not there anymore, but when you first got it, I remember you invited me and Shorts over, and we totally blew you off and didn't show. So you honestly would have reason to be upset with us, because I think that was the last time we tried to set something up.
Yeah.
What?
No, we need to bring. Remember when? Yes, the barbecue house, the trap house, basically.
Yeah. That
we
was
need to bring those
or something like that.
In Vienna, right on Tyson's Corner. Those vibes back.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. And honestly, like we're at an age now. I don't know about you guys, but like it's sometimes I find myself like wondering, like, is it? Are we just past like? Are we at a point in our lives where those vibes don't happen anymore? Like, do you think that
you're saying are we too old to vibe like that?
Yeah. Like, do you think the junks ever have experiences like that? Probably not. Like, when does that shit like die down in somebody's life?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't like. Well, they do around the holidays, right?
Yeah. They have a big get together around the holidays, but
and that's like all of like the characters that you've heard about on the
the pastry squirrel.
Pastry Dan, is it?
No. I'm trying to think. Glenn Hardesty. Horsey. I couldn't think of his name there. Yeah. They have a Kringle thing.
So you just went with his full name.
Yeah, I went for his full name. I know. I don't. That's a very good question.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
trust me. I know.
That difficult.
I know your life is much more hectic than mine.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
you know what? Let's be honest. Kids suck.
Yeah, I mean,
like how much joy do they give you versus us?
I don't. Depends on the day, I guess. I mean, right now it's pretty difficult with a baby who doesn't really get.
How's your breastfeeding going?
But I don't know. I feel like when they get a little older, I'll have more freedom to do like skits and bits and stuff.
Yeah. But then, are you too old for skits and bits when you're?
Yeah, that's the question.
45.
And I know Shorts wants to have a kid, so he'll be at a point.
Shorts.
Oh, you didn't know that? You didn't know that about Shorts?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Oh, congratulations!
He doesn't want to talk about
congratulations.
But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like it's I think that just doing like a fucking like a text thread or an Instagram thread where we all were like, participating would scratch that itch.
Well,
yeah,
that would definitely scratch the itch.
Yeah.
Well, and I've been in some that Othello, not to make you feel like the lone man out, but fuck you, bitch. I've been in some with other guys from the radio station that we go back to, like me, Drab, Valdez, and Thom Daly had one for a while.
Oh yeah.
But you're right, because you were talking about this last week. It is true, like having an online group chat where on an app that everybody uses, especially for work, just makes it easier to kind of stay in the loop with one another. I mean, like
there's something about also. I think like because we have like an Instagram thread, and I think Instagram threads like it's easy. It's more acceptable to send like memes and fucking funny videos on an Instagram thread than it is to send on a text thread for some because texts are like, oh, okay, who's this person texting me? Like,
hey, just so that I don't look like a huge asshole, I want to say that I did a group chat with you two. I think it was after your second show or maybe your third show, telling you guys it was so much better than the first one.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. We should have kept it going.
I know. That's yes. Hey, I have a question for you guys though. Yeah. When I inevitably when I get laid off, how hard is it to go find another job?
Oh, it's terrifying.
Well, dude, you're different than us though, man.
I'm not different.
I think you'll
stop saying I'm different.
But I think I was thinking about this today, Matt. I was thinking, I don't know. That is, I think you will get a new job in a heartbeat because so many people know you from the show.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
that's like a charity job.
No. You can't look at it like that. You can't look at it.
I've only had charity jobs.
but also you could get a new producer job like tomorrow.
I know.
I don't think he'd want to
once I'm out of radio, I might be just out of radio.
This is one of the post Junkies show topics that Valdez and Drab used to kick around all the time.
Oh yeah, what am I gonna do? Oh,
they would go and like once a week they'd go, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, man. God, honestly, like I think
40 years old and doing the same shit that when I was 23. What the hell happened to me? So when Shorts got laid off, it made I go, man, if I had to go get another job right now, I go, fuck, I have zero skills.
Yeah.
I go, and I start thinking, I go, what are my skills? What have I prepared for in life?
Nothing.
The question and the answer is nothing.
I
have no redeeming qualities from the 14 years that I've worked at the station.
No, but here's what I can say with certainty. You'll figure it out. So if that day ever comes for you, and I hope it doesn't, because you're an awesome staple of the show.
Thank you.
You will figure it out.
But
now I haven't quite figured it out yet. So take that with a grain of salt. But you'll figure it out.
Yeah. So my main skill that I came up with, and it's impossible to explain to a potential employer, but is like
doing bits.
Well, besides
bits and shtick.
Putting icy hot on your testicles.
15 years bit doer.
Yeah. And Othello can understand this from being a fellow producer, is that you just learn how to get shit done.
Expert,
exactly.
Expert bit doer. I'm glad.
I know he's joning, but I'm trying to have a heart-to-heart with Othello about my career after I got fired.
Here, I think
but it's hard to explain. How do you
laid off?
How do you explain to somebody that whatever you ask for, it will get done?
Yeah.
Give me a time frame and a task, and it will get done.
Well, here's the truth, dude. If something were to happen, you got laid off. Look, you guys got a big audience, and I know you got silly followers on Twitter. So I know for a fact, because this happened to me, that people would reach out and be like, hey, you're probably looking for a job. Are you interested in doing this? And they know exactly who you are. They know exactly what your history is. And they'd be like, you can learn, on the job as you go. And they would probably hook you with like a pretty decent salary. So that's the truth of it, man.
That's nice to hear. My dream is, and I've thought of this scenario, is a listener who owns a Fortune 500 company needs somebody to stand at the water cooler and Joan.
You're like Terry Tate office line.
Yeah.
But for bits.
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden it's Patty's birthday and somebody needs to come up with zings about Patty and HR.
You're like the office roast master.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm going for. Brings up office morale. I walk around between cubes. I check in with everybody, do shtick with them.
You're like,
I do everyone's personal 10-minute radio show.
You're like leaning against the wall and you're going.
Yeah, I'm like Lumberg, but funny.
Here comes this one.
Yeah.
So the other
hey, did you see his Excel spreadsheet? Oh my God. Yeah.
So Doug brings up a good point. He says, he said, I keep radio on my resume because people always ask about it. And if you can work in radio, you can work anywhere. Dude, that's true, man. Like that's the other thing is if you had a resume that said
Navy SEAL.
If you had a resume,
an engineer.
Hey, Osama, you want to hear some good bits?
As we're paratrooping in, like, hey, I got a million bird jokes to do right now.
If you have like junkies or whatever on your resume, like it stands out, and people will be like, oh, this guy has a zippy experience, but I want to talk to him. I want to ask him questions about, fart jokes and dick jokes and shit like that. So,
I got a huge Rolodex of cock jokes.
And
honestly, like low key been the toughest part for me about like rewriting my resume. First of all, I have like 5 different versions, but it's like taking like 15 years of like dog shit and going, I don't know what matters here. Like what's relevant. Like it's so difficult.
Hey, here's a picture of me walking in the Nats parade. Get you sized.
Here's a gift of me looking like Bigfoot on Constitution Avenue. Want to hire me?
Yeah.
Give me a job, please.
But the other thing you could do, you and Drab could, take bit season worldwide.
Oh, and, replace the junkies.
Yeah. No, but like you guys could.
We were talking about.
No. I mean, when they obviously retire. I mean, come on.
No, I'm just kidding.
What is your long and short term? Yeah.
Oh, my goals with it?
Suicide.
Yeah. I don't. To be honest, it really started as like a cathartic thing, where we just have all of these thoughts about the show and about the guys that we didn't want to just keep bottled in.
It's like a stress relief.
Yeah, it was. That's exactly what it was. It was a punching bag. It was a 1-hour punching bag where we could just unload on the show, just talk. Because because we were basically doing that after every show anyways. So might as well record it and get downloads and possibly paid for it.
That's true. Yeah.
So that was kind of like the first real start of doing bit season. And then when we finally decided to do it with the help of Richmond John to do our intro song, which is amazing. It still slaps. And then we did was it Fiverr for the graphic stuff. And then we just said, all right, let's do it.
You guys do have a great graphic.
Thank you.
That little
some dude in India did that.
What were the instructions you sent him? Like
we want a sloppy monkey on a sofa with because we figure monkey stilts, something like that. Basically we described a radio listener.
Okay.
This is the approval process, just because I'm familiar with people who are familiar with that situation. They sent the graphic, and then somebody from the digital department goes, "Yeah, that looks pretty silly. Here you go, approved."
So I think we sent it back twice because we needed the monkey to be fatter. We needed like more like kind of Easter eggs in the background of it.
Um,
the Chasing Rocky poster.
Stuff like that. And then when we like first did our shows, we couldn't believe, and it's credit to the Junks because it was on their feed. So it was on their podcast feed. So basically, inherently, we started just getting Junkies listeners that listen through podcasts to download the show. And then finally, we got our own feed, and then it still comes up on the Junks feed, but we kind of migrated everything over there, and it just kept getting growing and growing.
Dude, that is the way that you make
people kind of like it.
Yeah. That's like your built-in hack.
I know, but we're stuck. We're stuck because honestly, it's not our full focus. I feel like if it was our full focus, we could do some better things with it. Yeah. But it's not our full-time job.
Well, do you think if it were, do you think it would stay Junkies centric, or would you like kind of branch out?
Well, because
I don't know if you know this, but Othello and I, we're assembling a band. We're putting the band back together, and we're building an unofficial DC podcast community. So, I mean, I feel like you guys are unofficially involved in that, and Chad Dukes is in it, and well, our
podcast is owned by Odyssey,
and the June Keys. All of the June Keys are loosely involved as well.
Month of June Keys. Yeah. I mean, it seems like you guys got a nice base of people who, even if you're not talking about the junkies, like they just get sized for you and Drad to do shtick.
Yeah, I feel like people are liking our shtick. We're trying our best to not make everything about the junkies.
Yeah,
because I don't know.
Didn't it start as like a post show or
it started joning on them, and then then we wanted to try and do our own topics, and I feel like that's just kind of a natural evolution of the show. It's not like we're not gonna talk about the junkies, but we also want to kind of do our own thing too.
So Valdez, I wanted to ask you about this. And this just popped into my tiny pea-sized brain, but remember you and I used to host
Junkies Rewind.
The Junkies Rewind. Yes. I was trying to remember the name. I thought
it
was the Junkies P1 podcast.
No, we did the Junkies Rewind. We did it in Frank Hanrahan's update studio, the side studio. God, that was so bad.
Can you confirm for me? Because I've always wondered this, and I don't know if maybe I've asked you, maybe I haven't in the past, but why not do it live on YouTube? Did you not want to do that show anymore because I made fun of the way you talked all the time?
Oh no. Trust me, I know I talk poorly.
Well, because you used to have this crutch, and
I would say "and so" all the time.
And so, or "and then," or something like that.
Yeah. My broadcasting back then was not.
We were both very green. I mean,
we were very green.
So we're just picking at threads.
So are you saying that you developed the first bit season?
No.
Damn.
I know that's right.
No, I'm saying I had a lot of fun doing the show, and then when we couldn't do it anymore,
we had the right idea, but it was the wrong timing. That's what I would like to. That's kind of how I would view it.
Dude, do you remember we used to go to that Chick-fil-A down the street?
Oh yeah,
in Lanham.
Yeah,
And like the manager there listened to
Craig,
the Junkies Rewind.
Yes, I know.
Craig.
Oh, really?
And he would hook us with free sillies all the time.
Yeah, that's back when we were poor. Shorts is still poor now, though.
Yeah, I'm still poor.
But yeah, it was basically a 1 hour wrap up show of the junks of the week, and we would do clips, and it was a great idea.
It was fun.
Why did it suck? Why'd you say?
It's always fun when you can go into the radio station at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
sneak a 6-pack in and start recording something.
Yeah,
of course. Well, it was more fun.
The best moments.
Yeah, I don't know about. I never did it in Lanham, but it was definitely fun in Fairfax.
Well, you weren't in Lanham very long, were you? Like maybe a year.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Yo, when are you guys having us on bit season?
Oh, it's a good question.
Yeah, a little what's it called? A simulcast or something? Would you guys be allowed to?
I don't know.
So dicey, dude.
Yeah, that's the question.
That's really blurring the lines.
Is it? I mean, is it?
I would love to see Shorts walk through those elevators like Vince McMahon, saying hi to everyone over at Digital,
or to the.
I swear to God, everyone's going to jump behind their chair because they'll think Shorts has a gun.
I've never seen that.
There's no way that could happen, is it? Like,
it's a question I got to ask.
Yeah.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Who's laid off now?
Remember when you edited my headline?
Valdez, I wanted to ask you. Wait, so did you try your glizzy experiment yet?
No, we haven't done it. We haven't had the opportunity. Okay. I think Monday.
I don't want to spoil it, but people can listen to the latest episode of Bit Season, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
You can spoil it. We're gonna say hot dog and see if Cake says glizzy afterwards. He's the robot.
That's genius.
It's a very deep thinking man.
Are you gonna have like a buzzer or something for every time?
No, we'll just cackle in the background like schoolgirls.
I like that too, man.
You guys still enjoy being a part of the show and everything. I can tell you guys are having fun.
Yeah,
but are you self-conscious at all that and I say that as there's a camera directly in front of your face, but are you self-conscious of the cameras? Like,
I don't even
know what they call that camera anymore. They used to call it the crab cam or something like that.
There's no name for it, but when you're doing the show, see the thing is, you just forget about it because when you're doing radio, all you think about is the radio product. You're not even really thinking about the TV product.
Yeah.
Although on Tuesday, we're gonna have either me and Drab or Cakes and JP pull their pants down and get spanked with a paddle. so I will be thinking about TV for that.
Now, not to get too in the weeds here, but does the other side of that broadcast still get concerned about things like that?
About TV or about
TV? Yeah, the TV side.
No, you think they eat, cough, snort, spit all on air?
I know, but didn't they not air the?
Oh, you mean like a suggestive content?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is that's a whole nother hurdle.
Okay.
So we
don't have to get into it.
No, it's fine. When we had Eric wanted me to get in the sauna. So
or not?
Because when you're 53, that's what you talk about now is our saunas.
Yeah.
Dude, you smelled his feet on the air the other day.
God, dude.
But so he wanted me to get out of the sauna, and then NBC, I wanted to go in it naked, obviously.
Yeah.
But
obviously.
But NBC wouldn't allow it, and it was a fight in order to be shirtless coming out of it.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah. I know, because my muscles are so big they didn't want to air it. And make every DC woman wet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I get sized when you guys just do straight bits, hardcore bits on the show, and especially dude. I mean, I still listen to the show. I watch it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I deleted an app that I used to use all the time because it was haunting me every day on my phone. But
notifications.
It's waving. Hey, remember me?
It's honestly exactly how it feels like in my brain. But I still
you're getting cuckolded by your iPhone.
That's what I felt like. But I still love the Junks and everybody over there. And also, what I want to make clear to everybody, just as I make this about myself for a second, you guys didn't have anything to do with what happened to me and all my friends over there. So I don't hold any ill will or resentment towards you guys. I'm always going to support you forever.
Oh, that's very heartfelt. Put it in the group chat.
Yeah, exactly.
We know that. It's the business. It's radio where everyone's just waiting to see their name called.
They're waiting for their demise. Yeah.
Can I ask you? And this is
I can't believe I've been doing it for this long.
Yeah.
Just hang on to that fucking life vest for as long as you can.
Or those coattails.
Well, dude, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I wanted to ask you, and this could just be me making it way too about myself. You guys were doing a Chase Young segment like a week ago.
Yeah.
And then EB made some sort of analogy that I connected in my brain to myself where it was something about, trust me, if you don't show up, people get resentful. Was that maybe about me or no?
No, that's your psychosis.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's very crazy about a lot of things.
Yes.
I would love to hear these theories.
Most of them are not for you. Yeah.
Were you quiet quitting?
No.
You were loudly quitting?
No. I was loudly getting laid off. Trust me.
Real quick, Valdez, this is a tradition on the show. I just want to get your reaction to this.
My mom,
God damn it,
dusted off her sewing machine, and she started making masks for people who didn't have the option to work from home. That is the America that I grew up believing in.
And there's just one more real quick.
My grandfather fought in World War II. I had family that fought and died in the Vietnam War. So when I think about freedom and I think about freedom of speech, I'm sorry. And I think about being terrified to put myself out there.
You think his war hero lineage would be happy to hear him crying like that?
Well, he's dead.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, okay, so I just need, and this is a small ask.
Okay.
Can you tell me everybody that you still work with who made fun of me for that?
Dude,
name them by name. I want to know.
Dude,
I want to know whose head I'm inside of.
No, we're dragging EB to our office for him to listen to it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, like it's like we're trying to decipher it, and we're trying to think. We're trying to think like Shorts, which is impossible to do.
Thank you.
It's not a compliment.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we just don't know. We don't know if it was sincere. Like that's the thing. It's like honestly, it felt like Shorts was trying to pad. And the only thing he could think of doing was crying.
He was waiting for a thought to enter his brain.
Yeah, fuck! I got 30 more minutes in my Shorts cast. What am I supposed to do here?
It wasn't live. So that shoots a hole in that theory right there. I was recording it. I was sitting right over there in that corner at my desk. That same desk where I got laid off.
That desk has bad juju. I don't want to go over there next.
Dude, I take a photo of you in front of it.
What's that big rock you have on there?
Dude, Valdez. It's just some dumb thing. But wait, where is it?
He has a crystal.
Where are those headphones?
These?
Yeah, those headphones. I couldn't use these for like a month because I was wearing these like this when I got laid off.
Wait, you were on camera and you were wearing them like that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
going out like a radio pro.
Yeah,
they were like, look at this fucking guy. We're making the right call, right?
Hey, how have we gone an hour? We haven't talked about Get Huge Club. And the pinnacle of our lives.
Good question.
I know. Well, maybe we should do this again sometime. Or maybe we can just talk about because I do have to go.
Oh wow!
Get Dad Club.
You're reverse the show right now.
Shorts, do you guys want to continue this without me, or what do you want?
We can for a couple minutes. I don't know how.
We'll do no, because it's not an official get huge get together if you're not on it. I promise to come back after vacation and come on and do IDM.
I heard you're doing my bit. I heard you're taking a 3-week vacation to Europe.
I am doing I'm not doing a 3-week vacation. I'm gone for 8 days out of
That's
work.
Awesome.
Yes. So when we come back from vacation, we'll come back in. We'll do a whole Get Huge recap.
Okay.
And we'll show off our before and afters.
Oh yeah. Can't wait for that.
You got 3 weeks.
Aren't you going to Charleston or something?
Yeah, I'm going to Silly, South Carolina.
When is that? Because I'm going to be in Charleston in like 2 weeks or something like that.
I will be there. Hold on, let me look at my calendar.
I'm going like July 4th weekend.
No. I'll be there the 19th to the 23rd of June.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're going a little bit sooner.
Yeah. Sorry.
Richmond John, he said the Get Gerber. It's funny.
By the way, do you know this hat? Whose hat this is?
No.
So it's not. It's Shep Rose from
Southern Charm.
Yeah, Southern Charm. I got this from
the Sewing Down South.
Yeah.
His place in Charleston.
Yeah, but I couldn't. When I went there last year, I wanted to get a new one, and I couldn't. I couldn't find those things anywhere. But yeah, that's what that.
Cool story.
So Shorts, do you have
more groundbreaking content like that?
Do you have
us on Patreon?
Are you signed into StreamYard, Shorts?
What's up?
Are you able to end the broadcast on your end?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to sign off.
Why don't we both sign off? Because then it's just going to be Valdez and I talking to each other.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys are done or what. My bad.
No. I mean, we're done.
Okay.
Yeah. Old Diva Othello's got to go. So
I'm sorry, guys. Well, this was fun, dude. On. I miss you.
I know,
dude. It kicks ass that you came out here.
Yeah,
it kicks so much ass that you guys have been so kind and helped us promote and welcomed my weird brain back into your lives yet again.
Yeah, we've always supported you guys.
Dude, we definitely picked up.
I do anything I can to help. And stop calling me a big silly. I'm not a big silly.
Well, stop acting like a big silly then.
Big time market number 7 producer here, Matt Valdez.
Yeah.
It's unbecoming to beg for me to retweet you.
This is it. This is what we talk about. This is big time Valdez.
No, I don't. I barely tweet and all that stuff. I don't do it. I don't do it.
This is the bit.
It's not a bit. I don't do it. I rarely interact. There's too many mentions.
It's too big time. I'm so glad we got it out of it right at the end.
Oh my god!
It's too much. Look, too much stuff. I miss it. There's just stuff going all over.
It's just too big time.
I just wanted people to know that you were coming on early today. That's all. But
that rules.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna hold you to that promise of coming.
Yes,
back on
yes. I will keep my word.
Yeah, people can check out the Bit Season podcast whenever podcasts are downloaded.
Thursdays usually around 1:00 ish.
Yeah, it fucking is awesome.
Yes, I appreciate it. Give us a good review. Those make us look silly.
And Othello and I, we're gonna take a couple of hours to feed the chillins. And then meet you guys back.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate you guys being flexible with my schedule. I got an early day tomorrow for pickleball.
Yeah, of course.
We really only did it for Lurch.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Shouts to Lurch. I appreciate it.
I was your consolation prize. That's cool.
No, it's cool. Yeah, because you guys got the big pickleball silly.
Yes.
By the way, I have no idea how to play pickleball.
Neither do I. We went from chicks in bikinis shaking their asses on stage to playing pickleball.
Let me tell you, it ricks me that it's blowing up so much because the Lifetime Fitness in Ashburn, shout outs. We're taking sponsors if you guys want to. But they covered up one of the 2 basketball courts, and that screwed me because I used to play on the second court that nobody was on. to like just shoot jumpers and badly, obviously.
Yeah.
And now they covered one of the courts up, so everybody's on this court at all times.
Othello, I bet everyone thought Shorts was Escalade from the AM1 mixtapes.
All right, fuck you guys. We'll see you on Patreon.
The show right there.
We'll see you on Patreon in a couple hours. Patreon.com. Download the Patreon app. It takes 5 minutes. You can subscribe to It Doesn't Matter IDM for $5 or $8. And obviously check out the Bit Season podcast.
Thank you guys. That was fun.
Thank you, dude. Peace out, bros.